From our studios in Scottsdale, Arizona, welcome back to Retirement News Online. With traditional pensions becoming rare, that's an understatement, many retirees are turning to insurance-based solutions like annuities to create their own guaranteed income streams. Now, these products can help replicate the stability of a pension by providing monthly income for life and reducing the risk of outliving your savings. Joining me to talk about this is an advisor, a Seattle radio host. He calls himself, as many others do, the Money Professor. So, we've talked about using an annuity, for example, which is an insurance solution, in order to create money for every day that you live.
Correct.
Which is not negotiable.
It's
right?
really not, Scott, and it's just going back to the idea that, prior to 1980, pensions were the prevalent source of retirement savings. You worked for a company, you had a pension, and when you retired, it was never a worry. You got a check every day or every month for the rest of your life as long as you were alive, and when you died, your spouse got the other part of that till she died. Well, that stopped in the early 80s, and everything got shifted over to the employees' shoulders, and the 401k was brought to life, and over the last 40 years, it has been an absolute failure to America. It has been, many articles have been written about the failure of the 401k. A few years ago, we were working with a few different clients, and they expressed their desire to go back to what their grandfather or their parents might have had, and they wish they could have had one. It sparked an idea for me, and I literally sat down with pencil and paper and started to architect and design a personal pension. So I like to say that we financially architected a personal pension type strategy that will mimic any pension in the marketplace today and exceed it with its ability to deliver more income without fail and more flexibility in how you can pass that on to the next generation when you pass on. So personal pensions are gaining traction. It's something I talk about almost every week on my radio show, that we really want to promote that idea that people can have that. Once again, what they desire the most is stability in their retirement. The peace of mind that a pension brings. Just think about it now. If you had the choice between a 401k and a pension, what would you choose? And we run that by our clients every time, and it's hands down. Everybody would love to have something a little more secure, a little more satisfying than what they currently have. And so that's what a personal pension brings.
And the government is providing a version of that themselves. It's called Social Security, which in a sense is an annuity.
Totally.
You contribute to it, it grows over time,
it's
and then it
vehicle
provides,
you pay into, and then when it's time, you get that coming back to you.
And it's only supposed to be a part of your retirement, though. I mean,
supplement.
And back in 1935, when they created it, the lifespan of most people was about 60. So they made out like a bandit. That's probably why we still have it. But now we have, the issue of creating one yourself, and this is obviously a brilliant idea. Let's talk about what types of products or solutions are you talking about that can do that? Because, not all annuities, for example, are the same. There are some that actually can do exactly what you talk about.
Scott, this is where financial architecture comes into play, and where we can sit down and literally financially architect a strategy that will give someone the exacting results that they expect. And that is using a fixed indexed annuity of various types and styles. There are many types of annuities, several of them you would never want. But it's interesting that the competitive industry points to one type of annuity and claims that that is the norm for everyone, and it simply is not. There are so many different flexibilities that can be architected and designed into these things. That's why, as a academic teacher of the topic, the greatest advantage client has with us is that design feature. We can literally make sure that whatever their expectation is for income delivery, it is met and matched by the product itself. So at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, is the investments you're using, do they have the ability to deliver your expectations? And in most market tools, they do not have that ability to deliver what the client expects. A fixed indexed annuity does. And again, there are only the top companies in America that really have the very best programs, and we use all of them to design programs for our clients.
Yeah, and in one sense, what you're talking about is an alternative investment. for those of you. I mean, it's supposed to be non-correlated in one sense. It's only correlated with the upside, which is the weird part. It sounds illegal, but it's not. It's just an insurance solution. Now, one of the things that, you people watching, I'm sure, you look for annuity information online. There's a lot of bad stuff out there. People talk.
Oh, the online thing is scary, Scott. Let me jump in there for a second. It is absolutely scary what we see online. AI, the current estimate is 65% of the time AI gets it wrong. So let me say it again. 65% of the time, AI is getting financial planning wrong. That's more than half of the time you're getting bad advice. Please don't do that. If you want real advice, folks, give us a call. We'll be more than happy to sit down and do the one-on-one and give you that personal touch that we can do and make sure that two things are happening. One, your expectations have to be paramount in the construction and design of what your saving vehicle looks like. That psychology of how it's built, the psychology of how you feel about it, is going to be the primary thing that really makes you feel good and want to keep doing it. And here's the example. If you have a 401k and you've watched it fly around the sun and back, you're probably not feeling real steady about that. The psychology of money is going to kick in and say you might not want to keep doing that. And many people come to us and say, Chris, I've stopped funding my 401k. If it was a personal pension that you were not getting burned on, now you're motivated. It's the positive psychology of money comes to you when you see your asset actually grow and you actually get to see the compounding interest accrue. Now you're motivated. You want to put more in because of the feeling that you get from that. So personal pension strategy can be very beneficial, not just in growing the asset and getting you protected with the accumulation, preservation, distribution options that must take place, but it also brings the psychology of your money that you will not find anywhere else. And at the end of the day, how do you feel about what you're doing becomes more important than actually what are you doing.
And the important thing is also to realize and understand that you need to be working with the right kind of an advisor. And not that the accumulation people, the asset managers, the growth people, we need them, right? Chris is a retirement specialist, so he works on the accumulation, the preservation, and the distribution of it, which is critical. We thank you for watching. This has been Retirement News Online.